My name's Nick Young. I'm helping Ride High plan and organise their 2025 fundraising cycling festival. The first thing to say is a massive thank you to you all for participating and for the fundraising you're doing. It is much appreciated by everybody at Ride High. And I'd also like to thank, on behalf of Ride High, Santander Cycles MK for their sponsorship. This year there are 4 routes. There's a 100-mile route, a 50-mile route, a 20-mile route on the Redways, which you are participating in, and a 1.6-mile ready, set, go route for children. So this short video is about your route, the 20-mile red route around Milton Keynes, to put a bit more flesh on the bones, to support the guide pack that you've got, and hopefully you've had a good look through. So the route itself, it's 20 miles and it's around the red routes, and it takes you through some residential areas, some parklands, past some of the landmarks of Milton Keynes, past lakes, and along an old railway line. So you get a real taster of Milton Keynes, and actually a real taster of the vision of Milton Keynes when it was developed those decades ago, and how the redways and routes have grown with it. It's fascinating to see. The other fun bit is, when you're on the red routes, you pop up every now and again and you see somewhere you recognise and think, oh, I know where I am now, which is great fun as you go around. So I think you'll enjoy that. So in your guide pack, there's lots of details to help you and help support you through the day. From the logistical point of view, it tells you where to park, how to get from the car park to the Ride High Centre itself, where to register, where the start line is, and crucially, what time to be on the start line, ready to go. Now you'll be starting in groups or waves, so please check that detail to ensure you are at the start line on time and ready to go. And at the start, as you gather, there'll be coffee available, and Trek will be there as well to do any final checks to your bikes. Now the route itself circumnavigates central Milton Keynes, and it follows what are known as the super redways. So these are the bigger routes. However, at various points to join the route up, we move off onto some of the smaller redways as well. The surface is tarmacked and is in pretty good condition. However, as you'd expect, it will be used by other pedestrians and cyclists as well, so please be aware of that. And if you are approaching them, ring your bell if you've got one, or call out so they're aware that you are coming through and passing them. It's a generally flat route, although there's a few more undulations in Milton Keynes than you might expect, but don't worry about that. But you will be climbing about 20 or so metres. However, most of that, and this is a little bit of a watch out, are at the underpasses. So when you approach one of the main roads on the grid system in Milton Keynes, or perhaps we're turning a corner to come back or change direction, there's likely to be an underpass. On some of those, the descent into them are quite steep. And yes, lo and behold, the ascent out of them are quite steep as well. So please be careful as you go into them. Make sure you're in the right gear so you can come back out on the far side of them as well. So that's just a bit of a watch out. There are a few of them, so I hope by the end of the ride you are well practiced and thoroughly enjoy going in and out of those. The route is on the redways. There is one very short little section on a very quiet road, but you will cross some roads as you go around. And at most of those points, there are 2 yellow bollards that indicate you're coming to a point where you are crossing a road. So at those points, please do stop, check both ways, make sure it's safe before you, and if you're in a group, you can all cross and carry on safely. Now the route's 20 miles, as you know. At the 10-mile point at Willen Lake, there is a stop where we'd like you to stop, but you are required to stop so we can check you in and check you in with your cycle number. Now at that point, it will be manned by volunteers from the Ride High team, and you will hear them and see them, so they'll be very visible, and there'll be some refueling food for you as well, along with toilets. So that's at Willen Lake, adjacent to the Brewers Fair. To help you get round, there'll be marshals stationed at various points, so please follow the directions they give and their instructions. The route will also be arrowed, so please follow those. And additionally, there'll be some hard copies of the map at the start if you'd like one to take with you. And within the pack itself, you'll see the link to the route, which you can download to have a good look at, or you can upload it if you use a bike computer. And if you do use a bike computer, I'd really encourage you to use those because it's a real help navigating around. So you'll have enjoyed your 20-mile Red Route ride. And for some of you, that'll be the first time you've ridden on the Red Routes. And for some of you, it'll be the furthest you've ever ridden. So that is fantastic, and congratulations on that and when you cross the finish line. When you do cross the line, you'll be able to collect your completers medal, and the festival will have started. So the various rides will be finishing at different times, so the festival will be up and running. So if you have family, relatives and friends who would like to support you, please do encourage them to come along. There's lots to do. There's coffee, cakes, food, there's a fully licensed bar, music and lots of family entertainment. So plenty to do, and I encourage you all just to spend a bit of time reflecting on what you've done and appreciating that as well. So that's a little bit more about the routes to bring those to life. So hopefully that helps put a bit more flesh on the bones about the day and gets you ready for it. But if you do have any more specific questions about the day or the route, please contact us. The contact details are in the guide itself. So the final thing to say is a massive thank you from everybody here for your participation and for the fundraising you're doing. Every penny does count. I've been fortunate enough to be helping Ride High for the last couple of years, and it's been incredible to see the impact they have with the work they do on the children of Milton Keynes in terms of building confidence and resilience, taking them through or out of some really challenging situations and setting them up for the future. They do a fantastic job. So I'd urge you to keep fundraising. Lots of you have got your fundraising pages set up and running. If you haven't, you can do that very easily through the links that we've sent you. If you don't want to fundraise specifically, you can make a one-off donation through the fundraising page as well. And the other thing I'd encourage you to do is after the event, when perhaps you've got some photos and experiences you want to share, is to keep fundraising for a bit, because there's an opportunity there to raise a little bit more as well. So thank you very much. We hope you enjoy the day and enjoy the ride, and we look forward to seeing you on the 29th of June.